Day 4 after the fire, people have been asking, how did it start? Well, Thursday morning, early that morning, I had got up to start a fire in a fireplace. Not any differently than I've done before in the past at that house. As a matter of fact, that house has 2 fireplaces, and we had actually used that same fireplace the night before. I lit the fire, and I went into the kitchen almost immediately after. Of course, I scanned to make sure everything was good. But I went to get a cup of coffee. And also, if you look back at my content before I started posting about what happened at our home, I actually did one last post in the kitchen. And I was probably in the kitchen between a cup of coffee and the post, maybe a total of 10 minutes. And when I came back out in the living room, I sat down in front of the fireplace because I was trying to get warm. And there's an ember that came down. And that's not supposed to be happening. So immediately I went out onto the deck and I looked up at the roof, because if I seen an ember coming down, I want to see what's going on. And smoke was coming out the chimney, but smoke was also coming out of other places in the attic. And I went up initially after grabbing the fire extinguisher. Well, first I opened up the attic door and went in and seen all of the smoke. Ran back down or climbed back down, went to the kitchen, got the extinguisher, went up, and by this time I started to see the fire that had started over top of the fireplace in the attic. And initially I thought I had got that out. And once that seemed secured, I ran back down or climbed back down out of the attic, told my family, get the heck up out of there with the dogs. And while I was heading back down, my foot had went through a part of the ceiling. And when my wife, she's trying to get everything together, the dog, she looked up and she started to scream more, and she had seen an orange glow coming from the hole where my foot had went through. And we knew that the fire, we don't know if it was ever out in the first place, but it had to have been reignited or it was still going. And at that point, I went back into the attic as I was yelling her to get me the extinguisher from the garage. But she couldn't hear me because I'm in the attic. And at this point, I still had what was left of the initial extinguisher, but the fire started to move up the rafters in the roof. And, prior to this situation, I'll tell you, it's not that I underestimated smoke inhalation, but until you're in it, you really don't understand it, at least for me anyways. The fire was hot. That was one thing as I was trying to figure out how to get it out, unable to. But the smoke was really what almost got me. It was the kickback from the extinguisher, the smoke being trapped inside of the attic where I was at, which is a pretty small space. And, I'm breathing hard because I'm running up and down stairs and up and down ladders to get in the attic. And the combination was almost bad. So we got the report back from the fire marshal, the inspector, and it was listed as construction deficiency, which essentially, I don't know what that means. I don't know if the house was built wrong. I don't know what that means. I guess I got to do more research on that. But obviously, it said it wasn't our fault. Does it make me or anybody, in our house feel any better? No, but there is, relief again, because if it was a construction deficiency or something that was going on, who's to say something like that wouldn't have happened at a time where I wasn't home, with the family, or where it was just my elderly mother upstairs. And that's the scary part, so that was the whole, I guess, recap of that situation. And I'll tell you, if you've never been in a house fire, it happens out of nowhere. There's no way to prepare for it. I mean, we knew where extinguishers were at, but we've lived in the house for over a year. We didn't sit there and run fire drills. And man, now looking, and I don't know if that would have changed anything, but yeah, it's scary. Things can get out of control quick, man. Be safe. Continue to pray for the families over there in California. And man, anybody that's going through something, keep fighting forward. We're fighting forward. And that's it. There's still a lot of mountain to climb as we fell into a valley, so to say. But we're going to make our way up out of that. We're thank you for the support, or grateful for the support, and always want to say thank you for the support. And anybody that's engaging with the content to post, all of this stuff helps. Whether it's spreading awareness or helping us get the essentials, because we lost all of our physical property within the fire. not just our home. But yeah, so outside of that, speaking to contractors, we are looking anywhere from like 4 to 8 months being outside of our home, but we'll have our home again. So yeah, that's the recap. This is day 4, feeling better. Still getting things together, readjusting, trying to get articles out that we might be able to salvage. I got a couple of good brothers coming over Thursday, Friday to help me kind of pull some stuff out. And that's it. One day at a time, one step at a time. And, at least I can pull some stuff out, whether it's ruined or damaged or smoky or whatever. Some people in the fires have lost everything that are going out west, and I'm out east, So, yeah, it's a heck of a season. Pray for everybody. Be kind for everybody. You don't know what people are going through. And, man, just continue to support one another because we're grateful for how you guys continue to support us. We're going to get through this as we continue to fight through. Peace.